just can't.
I love this place!
You have to feel a little for Matt Mercer, the face and the heart of a multi-million-dollar enterprise, Critical Role. Let's face it, he's the only one with a genuine bit of actual talent on that show, and he's got a lot on his shoulders, not just those granny shawls either. Being the driver of a gravy train that so many people depend upon can't be easy. You have to watch what you say, and you have to be pretty calculated. Safe, even. Matt's given some standard issue SJW positions in the past. Nothing I found too outrageously spurgy. Standard leftist Hollywood crap. Now, I'm sure originally Matt and the Critical Role crew may have been, like most people, mortified by the Hamas attack on Israel on October 7th, 2023. And even after the initial response by Israel, they seemed to have the savvy to stay quiet on a situation that promised to have no real winners by the end. But enter the low IQ critters, the superfans of Critical Role. These are the people that helped make Matt and his co-stars nerd royalty and very rich. Now, most of the world pretty quickly connected the fuck around and find out dots on that October 7th attack, and weren't really surprised when the rubble started piling up in Gaza. But the critters, like all modern-day commies, only love you when you're a hapless victim. When you commit the unpardonable sin of actually fighting back, you immediately become a colonizer and oppressor. And look, I'm not trying to urge anyone to take a strong side in a 1,000-year clusterfuck. But I would hope that most of you would reserve the right to fight back when someone breaks into your house and punches you in the face. After a while, it became clear to the critters that Critical Role wasn't being vocal enough about supporting their side. Their side being anyone who kills white people, by the way. And when these people know you have money and clout, they will be on you faster than Bill Clinton on the Lolita Express red eye. And sensing that their fickle fan base of merry morons was about to turn on them, Critical Role, after doing some quick math on what a boycott would do to their collective bank statements, ponied up $50K for the Hamas war effort. I mean humanitarian aid. In the real world, we'd call this protection money.
Nice show you got there. It'd be a shame if something happened to it.
Which gets us to this. In a recent tweet, Matt Mercer, America's DM, showing himself to be once, twice, 3 times a lady, talked about his depression. But soon it became apparent he was talking about much, much more.
My name is Matthew Mercer, and I am depressed. I've had a number of things that I should be celebrating in my life as of late, and I have a hard time engaging and fully embracing with a lot of them. But I keep myself grounded with the joys that I hold on to, namely my wife, my dog, and honestly, rolling dice every Thursday with my friends. Those are the things that keep me going at times, because it's real rough out there these days. The world is full of terrors. None as prominent and as noisy these days as the awful fucking war in Gaza. The ever-mounting atrocities that are being committed against innocent civilians. I can't help but feel empty and lost in a lot of it. This is a discourse I haven't had the spoons to really engage with. I didn't feel like I had a place of experience or authority to speak on some of it, and also know that for some it'll never be enough. So I quietly did what spoons I had. You know what I mean? But today, with the bloody violence surrounding the Gaza aid trucks that, some of our dollars communally have likely gone towards, I'm just left here having to squeeze what water I can from this stone.
You serious?
All right, so first off, it's bad enough to put your personal feels on Front Street like that, to be shamelessly mocked. But to use it all as a hilarious, transparent virtue signal to your fans to make sure they don't turn off the money spigot, that's some pretty low shit. This was like watching one of those disturbing hostage videos. Like there were 3 million critters directly off camera pointing a gun to his head, filling up their dreary lives with the humbling of their hero. The people pressuring Matt to weigh in on Gaza pretend to be all about ending the humanitarian suffering by imposing a ceasefire. But when it comes to their forgotten pet war in the Ukraine, they show their true hypocrisy. In that one, they demand no peace until the war is won and the bad guys who started it are beaten and humiliated. Never mind that the bad guys there have Satan missiles as opposed to a couple of hand gliders. Well, which is it, critters? Are we concerned about humanitarian needs, or are we concerned about ultimate victory against the side who starts a war? Now back to Matt, he should have known that men have an evolutionary loathing for other men who demonstrate this overtly feminine behavior. He should have realized there would be a backlash to his video, and a backlash and mocking there was. What he did was indicative of a man who relishes his personal weakness and kind of hates himself to some degree at least. You never know what's going on behind the scenes. Maybe he has figures in his life that encourage this behavior under the pretense of love while secretly despising him. After all, there are a growing number of sociopaths who simply can't get enough of watching men debase themselves like this. People who think that a world without strong men is desirable. And as Jordan Peterson says, if you think a world run by strong men is bad, wait until you see one that's run by weak men. Matt seems caught in a pretty deep rut, but I'm here to help. So Matt, let someone who may never be as rich and famous as you are give you a few tips on happiness. First, break out that nail polish remover and never do that again. Drop the granny blanket. Start lifting some weights. Stop acting like a woman. Read a little Robert E. Howard or Fritz Leiber. Watch some old school action movies. Cut out the toxic leftist trash in your life, whatever and whoever it may be. Get a little bit of testosterone flowing back through your veins, and you just might find some genuine joy in your life again, and be able to step outside that gilded cage that you're currently locked in.